And SpeedGaming 2 welcomes you to the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament. And here we go. We've got a good one. We've got this match between jessandy8 and Sigil. Adirondack Rick being joined by Mr. Allen. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right myself. So both of these runners are set to go, and jessandy8 has decided to go with a little bit of reverse psychology on us.
Yeah, except we all know this is a lie.
Well, I mean, it is that particular date where you're not to believe anything anyone tells you. So if I tell you that you have a really awesome match coming up here, well, we're in for some hot dog doo-doo.
All right, then I want all the extra candles to be turned on.
I don't want the candles to be turned on. I know why you want them to be turned on. You want them to be able to get a candle by way of a take any. No, that's not what you don't want. You want them to be able to grab a heart container so they can get the full 16. Anyways, jessandy8 versus Sigil. Sigil won game number 1, so jessandy8 has decided to go with the 0 HP enemies for her remorse.
She loves being able to just grab a blue boomerang and attack everything.
Excuse me. So that means we're just going to start with the bait, right?
Yep, a bait and the Triforces will be at a 1 and 2 no matter which set it is. That way we can dig into all the best dungeons.
And we're also going to go ahead and have vanilla items because we want to prepare you for what's coming up next year on SpeedGaming 2. She starts with a magic boomerang.
All right, this is a free combat seed then.
And the wood sword is vanilla.
With no of those lousy extra candles, we're going to have to work for some money.
No. We'll just find the red candle in a dungeon somewhere. Dungeon or shop prices are vanilla and are vanilla quality, so that will be the rare shop.
Well, the rare shop being right near start, I mean, it's not too terrible.
Oh yeah, and we get our first dungeon right here. It's level 6, texture change, and not enough... drop group shuffle. Drop group shuffle. Sigil got a bomb off a blue gorilla.
Drop group shuffled on an April Fool's Day. Perfect.
And she gets a drop off a blue walk direct, which is not going to tell her anything. So we're going to get our mid-secret 30 right here. We're going to find out what quest we're dealing with. Is this going to be a high money seed or a low money seed? See, I hope those fairies tell jessandy8 enough that she is on a drop group shuffle. And we got a cave. We got a second quest overworld.
Great. She needs her tutor even more. And the people talking are going to be of no help to us whatsoever.
And also, the warps are shuffled, and one of them takes us to the river spot.
Well, that'll be helpful because the other river spot is going to be a good old-fashioned second quest level 8.
It could be. Sigil is going to explore a little bit of this level 6 as jessandy8 is going to... Okay, room drops are shuffled because that's not a Triforce in a Triforce room. But we are going to find out more about this level 6 by way of Sigil. I feel... almost as if this could be 1Q6. Not enough. If we got a dark room, that's not enough to tell me that, though.
Well, dark room will at least let us know that it's a standard issue thing, not shapes, at least.
No. Because what will end up happening is if shapes get shuffled into the mix, if it's mixed with shapes, then Boomstick's in play also, by the way. But if it is a case where there are shapes mixed together with regular levels, shapes can get dark rooms.
I like this.
So, just because we have a dark room does not officially eliminate it as a first quest level 6, but it is looking more and more like we are in 1Q6.
And I was wondering, are we going to potentially see that boomstick come into play with 0 HP enemies and second quest money?
Quite a possibility. As Sigil is able to bomb over here to the left, we do have another... Oh, we can't get that one, though, because we need to have that item that jessandy absolutely hates in order to get that.
We're just going to be nice and bury it as deep as we can.
And there's our confirmation. We are in 1Q6.
That takes care of the first half, and good old-fashioned just first quest enemies so far as nothing is shooting at us.
Also, Sigil's not going to be able to get that key, as it does turn out to be that is the moat room. So that key's just going to stay right there in the middle. So Sigil looks like he might be opting to go for that push block staircase that we saw, the transport staircase. Or no, we're going to continue to search a little bit more. jessandy finds level 1. We start all the way in the top right corner of this level 1, where you normally get the Triforce in vanilla.
I like it. We're just going to go through level 1 backwards.
And she'll get the map, or she won't. She already knows that this is 1Q1. I don't need no stinking map. I know this is level 1.
Some people, are just brave enough to do it like that. Some people just like grabbing that confirmation. And there's a free Triforce you almost walked right into.
Yeah, but I see another problem, though. And that is the fact that we have 3 key doors right there. If you want to get further in this level 1, you might need a key.
Yeah, but fortunately, the walls of level 1 are made out of paper mache.
Oh, key door to the south. So we do need a key if we want to go north. We do need a key if we want to go south in this level 1. And that's blocking us from 7 of the rooms in this level.
The levels just want to prove me wrong already. We just started, game. Be nice.
Oh, jessandy taking a death right there. She tried to get herself into the door. However, the Troll Dongo decides, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hit you before you can get to the door, send you back to start.
And Sigil's going to have to use their last key unless they get lucky. Oh, they get lucky there with a key drop instead of a bomb hole.
Yep, unfortunately can't get a bomb drop right there. This does look like this could be a staircase, but no, but it's not. Because remember, second quest rooms could turn on. It doesn't show up in this case.
Yeah, there's been a few races we've seen lately where maybe 1 or 2 second quest rooms will turn on the entire seed, and it'll be more trolly than those Dodongos over there.
jessandy's trying to be careful. Now, if she's to get hit, she wants to get hit by the fireballs. Now, she doesn't want to get hit, period. But if you're going to get hit by the fireballs. Nice stun lock for both of them. And completes that room.
Sometimes I know these things can be pure luck when they get the drop, but, just making that double stun look easy there.
Considering the fact that we have permanent beams, if I was jessandy, I would clip myself into that bottom right block and then just attack the Lambola. But she's able to get rid of one of them. And so now, therefore, she's going to come back into this room and find out that it is absolutely nothing.
Except for a free way to get stuck in a tea room. A tea room that is still key blocked. This is like the opposite of what we want.
This seed has jokes. She's blocked off by 9 rooms in this level 1 because she doesn't have a key. 9.
Which tells me that the any key will be somewhere in this level 1.
If that's the case, then we have drops shuffled, which would be, or items shuffled, which would be cool. She's just going to grab this Triforce, which is a good idea at this position. Sigil grabs the Triforce out of 6.
Now, according to the tracker, we have the Triforce out of 4. I did not... Okay, there we go.
It's
we
either 7 or 8.
Yeah.
It's either 7 or 8, and we haven't seen a second quest, or we haven't seen 7, 8, or 9 to know which one we're in at this point. There is level 3 for Sigil, and we start all the way at the vanilla start room. And Jessandy's about to join Sigil on the screen. But she's going to check the forgotten spot first. And she's not going to get any progress inside of this 3. Oh, she finds 4! At the forgotten spot.
And there's going to be a little bit of progression here in 3 as there was a key drop in that upper left-hand corner.
That's actually really good. And she is going to scroll over here, get into 3. Now, the good thing is that she will be able to do some progress inside of this 3. Because of the fact that we do have that key in that first room.
And fortunately, so far, it's been open doors and shuttered doors ever since. So Jess will actually be able to feel like she can do something.
And there's our staircase item right there. And we're going to find out whether or not drops have been shuffled. The item drops that are the items in these dungeons. Well, we don't know just yet, because that's a recorder.
Jess will be so sad. The item she hates just right there.
Yep, it will be her first pickup. And yes, we do have item shuffle, because there's no way that a recorder can be in level 3, regardless of how the mixed quests turn out.
With this being level 3, I probably would have fought a couple more rooms just to see if potential for hard shuffle is on or not.
Just Andy's trying to get the canonic key, pulls it off, and Sigil buying a candle. And immediately shooting to see where we go. We go up to the top of the waterfall. Brace yourselves, we are in for a fast seed. We are floating to unbeaten new dungeons.
Sad.
Why is that sad?
Because it means that linear progression is turned off and they're gonna be rushing from dungeon to dungeon and then just spend an hour and a half looking for level 9.
That's the beauty of it, is when they do have to search for that level 9.
Okay, I'll go with you for that, you know. At least we got something we need to search for.
Oh, Jessandy down to 4 bombs, but down to 1 heart remaining.
Not having luck against those fireballs is at least able to jump into one of these doors for protective strats.
Yeah, she's unfortunately doing the panic attempt on these bombs and is just misfired on every single piece of this manhandle at this point. Oh, wow. Those dodges. She's trying really hard to get this out of here.
This is one of those things where it's like I'd probably jump out and back in to try to get the manhandler to slow down.
Unfortunately perishes.
Yeah, it just means she's gonna come back in, so...
At this point, I would try to figure out if she can black clip to try to just get into that staircase, because she's definitely going to want to get that flute. Especially now that we know what it does.
I want to see if I can find a video from Redbird Grad to see if he can teach me how to block clip.
White Sword in 2, which... when we have bosses that are not 0 HP, that's still a good find, and we're going to see Jessandy try to pull out the block clip. She was a little too high there. I think she's just allowing herself to be a little too nervous by this manhandler, that she's not getting herself properly set, takes the death.
I think
she
some
does.
of it can be. I think some of it can be nerves because she's down 0-1 in the tournament.
I just think it's the fact that she's just trying to rush it. She's going to say goodbye, which is going to be absolutely unfortunate for her. She's going to be able to afford this candle right now, but she really needs that recorder that's in that 3 for tournament life hanging on the balance.
Personally, I think she was just hoping to find some bombs in that shop there and then go back in.
Now,
At least that's what I was thinking.
I am totally surprised that Sigil has not opted to just continue to blow the flute to see where more of these levels turned out to be. And Sigil is now going to find level 1 right over here.
I'm wondering what this Armos item is going to be at this point.
It is a good point by chat, trying to find where level 9 is while you're in the vicinity. And another possibility, not only level 9, but also White Sword.
White Sword, Armos, both still outstanding, and it could be bow and silvers.
But the Armos is the least of your... because there's only limited amount of spots that can be. Now, Sigil is going to come in here with a key. Grabs that Triforce, but it's level 1, so I would be surprised if Sigil decides to leave, although now you got to play the Let's Make a Deal 3-door Monty.
If I were Sigil, I'd probably do some of the bomb holes first just to find out, which goes where, because if you can... We know how many key blocks are there. He doesn't. So if he can find out, some extra open rooms by bombing south, I mean, you could think that would be helpful.
So jessandy8 tried to do another Kananaki, but unfortunately this was a case where a second quest shutter door was the push block that you needed to open the door, so could not pull off the Kananaki in that case. I
didn't see any enemies in that room, so I didn't think she was going to be able to Kananaki anyway. I thought there were wall masters.
No, she killed a moblin in that room. And then as she killed that last moblin that she saw on the screen, it didn't open the shutter door. It turned out you had to push the block in order to do that, and that destroyed any chance for the Kananaki in that regards. Now, one thing to note, jessandy8 knows where the level that she started with the Triforce is from, level 4. Sigil's not going to get that flute to bring him to the forgotten spot. What if level 4 has something that we need?
I think that would be amazing. Pendant dungeons have been really helpful this seed.
They have.
I mean, they both found level 1, so if something ends up being behind one of these million key doors, then that's going to end up being on Sigil's side, because it's going to be a while before Jess has the resources to come back. But if it's level 4, then Jess is in the catbird seat.
Our container on the floor here in level 1. That removes one of our 3 possibilities. Potential that this could be our item staircase in level 1. But it's not. Now, we did end up getting our key back during this adventure, so as such, now we can continue forward and try to figure out if heading north could lead us to the remainder of the items. What a disgusting bomb upgrade. 121 rupees.
Watch. The game with its jokes, it'll be the base amount too.
Would not surprise me at this point. Alright, so this is the only door we're going to be able to go through. If wow! This level 1 has bad jokes. These are not even good jokes at this position. They're bad jokes. Jessandy finding the red ring in 5.
It wants us to be the punchline. Alright, with Jess finding the red ring, and let's just not even talk about that pathetic bomb upgrade, I would save up in this case to get the boomstick just to help with clearing out some of these rooms, especially the manhandla that's blocking our 2D2.
All depends on where that wand turns out to be. In addition, it really also depends on where various other things turn out to be. Sigil gambling, it gets plus 49.
And Jess picked something up off the floor. It was either regular boomerang or a key. I wasn't sure which.
It was a key in that tea room.
I don't like this level 5.
I like this level 5. I mean, it's going to be difficult to look at. I am definitely going to give you that. But it is turning out to be a very key positive level 5 here for Jessandy. And if she can get
could
through,
send her back into level 1.
It really could. I mean, you know that there's 3 items still remaining inside. Now, Sigil has pulled 2 of those 3 items out of there. Now, let's want to get back to that level.
And Sigil, instead of tooting, deciding to clear out some of this Death Mountain.
I mean, it's exactly what you mentioned earlier in regards to the fact that we still need to find level 9, and also the fact that we are currently dealing with a situation where we don't know what the white sword item is, or we don't know where level 9 is. So as such, that was going to be a case where you're going to want to dig that stuff. Now, we did find out that the boomerang was the white sword item, as it's got marked off on our map now. But you want to find out where level 9 is.
Very true. Jess picked up the Triforce in 5 and is now on her way to continue exploring Hyrule.
Sigil getting the bombs and is about to pop into level 5.
They're both finding some potion shops, which could be helpful depending on how the second half is laid out.
Depending also on if we find the letter, which is something that still has yet to be seen. For all we know, because we're dealing with a second quest overworld, that letter may not be easily found.
Right now, what Jessandy needs, apart from to get back into level 3, is for us to actually have a power bracelet blocked level.
Wouldn't that be something if that turns out to be one of our later Triforces? 7 if it's a second quest, 8 if it's our first quest?
It would be delightfully evil. It goes along with the rest of the jokes that we've had for this seed.
That level 1 was filled with them.
And we still, there's a couple of spots that normally we've had checked by now, we haven't even seen yet. We're now doing the bottom coastline. We have not checked the upper east-hand side, and we are hopefully going to have the coast ladder spot checked soon.
That will be the next real location on Jessandy's agenda over here. We do find the magical sword. Obviously not going to be obtained at 5 hearts. First, check the coast shop. And there's our one and only 100 secret. Bow! On the coast. We need the ladder. Guaranteed.
We now have another way for the game to joke with us.
How about a ladder in level 9?
I like it. Ladder underneath a spiky in a Chevy. No, yeah.
Can't be in a Chevy room.
Yeah.
That would bring about many questions and probably about 17 sons of monkeys from Fred. Red ring pickup for Sigil. Also, there it is. The raft is our Armos item. I was about to say that we have not seen the Armos item. We were down to 3 remaining Armos here on the lineup. Jessandy's going to go ahead and check to see right immediately about this coast raft location.
Now, I don't know if Sigil has seen the book, but Jessandy at least has seen that there is a book in the bottom right-hand corner and is only 40 rupees away from picking it up. I know we haven't seen the wand yet, but it's something to just consider, considering how close we are to max money.
Especially considering the fact that you have the red ring. If you don't have the red ring, then you still might want to consider maybe holding off on it, because you know that blue ring shop is right close to start, and staying alive can mean more than the boomstick sometimes. Yes, the boomstick is absolutely great, but that boomstick still isn't going to protect you when you're getting beamed in the face by wizrobes.
True, and another thing we got to consider, especially how funny level 1 was, is getting a key or two from that expensive key machine.
Well, we don't need to buy a key at the expensive shop. Knowing that where the blue ring shop is means that we also know where the cheap bait is, if that's required. Also, we know where the cheap key is at 80 rupees.
That's funny, game. That's real funny. There's a medicine shop at the place where you would normally pick up the letter.
Is that the was that? There's the letter.
Well, it wasn't a door repair shop, and there was not even the tiny book thing popped up, so that's what made me assume it was the,
I thought I saw
medicine.
something at the very top left corner in that cave, so it was maybe one of the hints that you get, telling you normally where the magical sword is in Vanilla First Quest. Alright. Open shop here is going to be the location of level 8. So we do have the Triforce to level 7, it looks like, which means it's a second quest back half.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got 2 Swiss cake rolls.
And Jessandy's going into this level 8 as well. So we got 2Q8. Hello, everybody. Time to have some fun. Jessandy's going to go say goodbye to this at this point. Looking at the Triforce map. Oh,
Sigil was,
never mind.
Sigil was trying to bomb up there, hoping that it was first quest, and just no, it's second.
Well, he was trying to bomb through because we're at that turn on what you call the Swiss cake roll, where you would start to go north. He tried to walk through the wall too, and nothing. So makes sense.
Well, I thought that the going up took place underneath the 8, not underneath the hyphen.
No, it's under the hyphen.
Okay, so that was my fault. I was one short.
Right, because the first column to level 8, the very far right, is that column that is to the right of the 8. So you got the blank space under the 8, and then the next column over is where it goes up.
Okay, thank you.
Anyway, we have a ladder block in that level 8, and no Triforce to be found, so sorry. No ladder in level 8. No ladder in level 9, rather.
And that's like one of the few good things that Jess has right now, because Sigil has the flute, but neither one of them have the ladder, so they both have to continue to go exploring.
Jessandy's about to get into this level 2.
if that ladder ends up being in level 4, that's going to be great for jessandy8.
So as far as knowledge is concerned, the only knowledge that Sigil has, or rather the only knowledge that jessandy8 has over Sigil at this point, is the fact that level 4 is at the forgotten spot. But I'm feeling like Sigil, if he continues to go this path where he's starting to explore these entrances as things start to dry up, he's definitely going to find that 4 in short order.
Gonna find 4 or 7. Not sure which one is gonna be the right dig. We know which one's gonna be the easier dig, quote unquote, but that's about it.
Which one?
Well, they're gonna think that Sigil's gonna think that 4 is easier, not having been neither one of them.
What, you mean 7's not the easier dig?
Well, it's easier than digging 8.
Not by much, but yes.
And Sigil's going to be picking up that secret that jessandy8 got a little bit ago.
Yep, so Sigil's now sitting at 222 rupees. I'm going to try to bomb close to start and didn't get the right hitbox. I think he just barely missed the hitbox to spawn the stairs. And that's our first take any.
And that's a odd potion choice.
I think you've seen that the back half of the game now is second quest, so get the potion to be prepared.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, I definitely get the strategy at this point. Now, Sigil not grabbing that secret is interesting, more out of the fact that we already know that this is a second quest overworld, so there's no 100 secret that's going to cause him to lose rupees on the floor.
I think it was more of a CD strat. Now that you found your 1 second.
That could be. Oh, 9 rap blocked.
Very funny game, very funny.
Sigil does not get slamooed though. There's the white sword for Jess.
If I were Jess, I'd be going back into that 3 and taking on another round with that manhandler.
She needs to. She really needs to. Because Sigil, there's a reason why Sigil right now is sitting at 7 Triforces versus her now grabbing her 5th, and that has a strong amount to do with the fact that he was able to pull that recorder out of level 3.
I will be 1 second.
You will be 1 second. I'll be right here as we continue to talk about this match here on SpeedGaming 2. The number 16 and number 17 seed of this tournament. Sigil versus jessandy8, both runners that I am familiar with, haven't faced them back in the Swiss stage of the tournament. Both of them giving me a good run for the money, and both a great participant here in this tournament. But jessandy8 does need this race to stay alive. Sigil trying to get the screen scroll over here, over the right side, or to the left side, rather. And this is something that Sigil's going to be able to check that jessandy8's not going to, and she's going to pretty much treat this like it could be a loose square coming up. Now, 7 hasn't been found yet. That's not it right there, though. jessandy8 not grabbing the rupees. Now, in 246 rupees, I can understand not grabbing the rupees. So somebody in chat asking, what's 0 HP non-boss enemies? So there are two main categories of enemies in this game. Like the enemies you see out here in the overworld, these Octoroks or the Zolas or the Moblins, Gorillas, etc. They're the non-bosses. So the flag that jessandy chose is to turn them into 0 HP, which means they can be killed in a boomerang hit. They can be killed with a single swing of a sword. However, bosses like your Gleeoks, your Manhandlas, your Akomentuses, they're still going to be some sort of HP. We don't know exactly what, but it looks like they rolled into a position where they are plus or minus 2, I want to say. jessandy picking up some bombs. Sigil's back in 1. He really wants to claim this final item. I think if you're rooting for jessandy at this point, you want this next item here in 1 to be something like the power bracelet or maybe the ladder. Something that will maybe direct Sigil away from the forgotten spot. Because again, that's what right now, that's the thing that jessandy has over Sigil, is the fact that the forgotten spot is where level 4 is. That's one that we started the Triforce with.
I'm back. My apologies.
No worries. So here we are now in the item room of this level 1. The push block pushes. The final item of this one. The ladder. We can now dig deeper in 8.
The last funny joke that Sigil that level 1 had was actually a pretty funny one.
So jessandy now going to grab that ladder. Both of them know that the bow is out there on the coast. Again, the big thing for jessandy, she needs to get into 3 to get that recorder. More because it takes you to unbeaten new dungeons. Although she has found Bond is the other item on the floor.
Get that boomstick.
Alright, who wants some boomstick action? Because we're getting it right now. We're getting that boomstick right now. It's time to go ahead and visit Barnes & Noble.
Bombs & Noble?
No. There are no bombs in that store.
True. Jess still needs to get into that level 3, though. Getting the boomstick right now would probably push her back into it because she'd feel, I can unleash all the bombs on this damn Manhandla.
She does need to get back in there in order to get that Triforce, at least. And here's the room. I believe that no, this was the heart container. So there's the heart container for Jess.
Patra plus beams equals that lag music that we all love.
Do 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 do. Sounds like the game's getting sick.
It is, although it's very fun to hear that happen in the level 9 one because it's already sounding evil.
Sigil's not choosing to take the staircase. We did see another boss heart drop. So we're getting closer and closer to the assumption that it's going to be heart drops are not shuffled. However, we've been wrong about that one before. There's the one for Jess.
Yep.
So I think at this point, if you're Jess, maybe you take a dive on 4. See if your silvers are there. Maybe take a chance. Maybe your power bracelet's in 4. And that looks like... Nope, she's going to 3.
Which we know is the smart thing, but for her is, an interesting gamble.
So she knows where the staircase is. She needs to get through a manhandler, and she had some issues going through that manhandler earlier, more out of the sense that she wasn't really all that healthy, and it was before she found the red ring. We do see what the Triforce is in this level 8. Sigil has not found level 9 yet.
No, Sigil found it. Sigil was the one that checked
Sigil
level 4.
has found level 8, or level 9 rather.
What Sigil needs is still the bow and silver, so it's going to continue to dig this 8.
Well, that's a tough call. For Sigil, that's a really tough call. You know the bow is out on the coast. Maybe you search a couple of more rooms, you do what's called the Rick 6, and then you go to 9, I think. Get the information. Maybe this is the item right here. But it's not transport.
For me, I was also deciding, because I keep forgetting that second quest 8 does not have 2 items in it.
It does.
So, first quest is 1 and 8, second quest is 4 and 8.
No, 2Q8 has 2 items. 1QA has 2 items as well. It's, or no, never mind. I know what you're saying. 1 and 8, and then 4 and 8, yes.
Okay.
Sigil now going to grab that bow.
Trails, it's appearing to be so the more we go on. All the levels we've have had floor boss arts.
It has. Again, it's something that is guilty until proven not guilty at this stage. There's the bow pickup for Sigil. Save to start. All right, we are heading to level 9 for Sigil. Dead boy, what are we looking for?
We are looking for a room that we hear a big old pissed off angry pig in. It's gonna be so loud that we hear it from one room north, south, east, or west of where he's hiding.
Oh, he's going to 6!
He's hoping to find the silvers elsewhere.
Interesting start.
Well, it's close enough to start where I can see this play happening, and the fact that our tracker shows that
candle. All right, so it's not here.
It's gonna end up being a chance for Jess to pick up a little bit more time, which, you know, she needs to get back in this race if we want a game 3.
Yes. So jessandy8 needs to get to the Triforce. She doesn't know where it is, but it's all the way in the eastern side of this level 6. So we are looking for the potential of silvers being in level 9. We don't know if they're there. It could be 8. It could be 7. It could be 4. Well, we don't know where those silvers are at this point. Here's the room with the red candle for Sigil. So we're also looking for the kidnapped as well, in addition to that loud roar that you're speaking of. Sigil now leaving this level 6, 1 item off the potential list.
If the silvers end up being in 9, I'm personally hoping for, I've seen this, I think, twice in the tournament. If it happened more, it was in races I didn't have the chance to see. But you had to bomb through Ganon's room to find the silvers.
It's always fun when that winds up happening. North shutter door. I would clear this room before going anywhere else. Now, that's not a guarantee. That could be a push block. Sigil does push on it. It doesn't move. That's Zelda's room.
I hope Zelda has the compass.
But that's only one piece of the puzzle.
Yep, we're still looking for the pig, and we're still looking for some barbecue skewers.
The central staircase room here. Push block does move. And it is a 2Q9 that we are dealing with. Moved over here to the right side. Get to go right immediately to the earlobe.
2Q9 is not normally a stair hidden type of dungeon. Like, normally you'll find more linear paths. So having to take stairs to get around is not something you normally find. And jessandy picked up her Triforce from 6 while I was saying that.
Sigil now over here to the far right side. We got ourselves a hint that's not going to do anything for us. Jess is purchasing the wood arrows,
which is an interesting choice, and also getting some explosions.
Also got to wonder about the walk-through wall aspect, which can be a thing here in 2Q9. Oh, bomb wall does open up. There's the roar.
Yep. And there's a key, which could be a thing depending on where the silvers are hiding if they are in 9.
So, I think runners are asking, or people in chat are asking about jessandy in regards to why he hasn't dug 8. And there might be a possibility of an answer here. She may not have figured out that was 2Q8. She may be thinking she already has the Triforce for that and is looking for level 7.
All she needs is to tutor, and she'd know, though.
Right. But she hasn't even done that at this stage.
See, that's one thing the boomstick helps out with over on Sigil's side, is saving you from accidentally setting down a bomb and then walking through a wall. She does not have to know if didn't think about it at the time.
If she went to 6, then there's that possibility, but maybe she wasn't thinking about that in that regard. So I'm just trying to come up with a possible explanation for that. But then again, also, the other reason why she may not be doing unbeaten dungeons is because she might be looking for level 9 herself, while checking these spots over here on the west side. Obviously, fluting to new unbeaten dungeons is not going to tell you where level 9 is going to be. And she needed to get that bow anyway.
And another thing, I didn't see who saw the white sword. If Sigil saw the white sword and jessandy didn't, then she could still be looking for the white sword item.
Plenty of reasons around here. Obviously, you're also dealing with the stress of this being a tournament match. And even further for jessandy, a tournament match where your tournament life is on the line.
DJ Trails, we started with the magical boomerang at the start of the seed.
There's the compass, confirming what we already knew.
And Sigil got trapped in a one-way walk-through wall, which is why he ended up having to up A.
So as Sigil continues to search off this level 9, a potential staircase room right here. Another transport staircase on the docket. Another no answer at all.
It's like, how many rooms is Sigil gonna go in before feeling that he has to hop out and check somewhere else?
I think he wants to at least see an item. I know he wants to see an item first.
Alright, just tooting and going in, and now knows for sure that it's just taking to this one dungeon. It's this 2Q8 that she needs to get the Triforce from, and potentially the silvers. Which, if the silvers end up being here, it would be amazing for jessandy8.
That'll be a game changer at this point, because Sigil might continue to search out other places. I mean, he has not seen level 4. That's something that jessandy8 continues to have over Sigil. Silver Store in 9!
Sorry, Jess, but this is not looking good for you right now.
It's looking like the end for jessandy8, but she's definitely going to have her plate filled with other things going on. Like, for instance, she will still be in the commentaries booth for a lot of great races coming up here. Here is Ganon for Sigil. And also stick around, because jessandy8's also helping to oversee the Zelda 1 Battle for Hyrule, the vanilla 80% no weapon A tournament that is starting up here. First restream coming up in just over an hour here on SpeedGaming 2.
And there is some roasted pig now gonna up an A and get to Ganon.
So Sigil getting ready to go the 2 rooms over, and it's going to be Sigil moving on to the tournament to potentially face off against the number 1 seed Side Town. Get your GGs in chat for your race and series winner, Sigil.
And the audio switches back over as Jess is taking some stairways, looking to find her path to the Triforce.
And on the other side of that bracket, too, with Sidetown is bbq.gov. Well, what an amazing run here for Sigil. Another member of this sub 50 club that now makes 8 at 49 minutes 47 seconds.
You know, if this keeps going the way it is, we could, like, have the entire tournament wrapped up in maybe 2 weeks. Because everything will be sub 50 and sub 40.
You say that, though, it's not going to be the case, but...
I've commentated races that have been just under 2.5 hours. I've commentated races that have been under an hour. Zelda 1 has its jokes.
We all have, and Sigil's here to talk about some of those jokes along with us. GG's. Sigil?
I don't see Sigil in our
He's here. There we go.
I accidentally hit my headphones volume to off.
That would do it.
Yeah. GG Sigil, welcome to here.
Thank you.
And with that, jessandy8, after seeing the Triforce and seeing the results of the race, have thrown in the white flag. Get your GGs in for jessandy8. So Sigil, how about some of the jokes that this seed had for us early on, especially that level 1 with, what was that, 9 rooms blocked by key doors?
Yeah, I wasn't too happy about that one. Especially with recorded to unbeaten.
And we are also joined by a jessandy8. GG Jess.
Thank you, GG Sigil.
GG's, Jess.
I still haven't found level 9.
It was raft locked. Level 4.
Oh, it was vanilla 4. Oh, gosh darn it.
We never saw level 7, and you were the only one to see level 4. We were hoping, especially when Sigil started to take the lead, that maybe 4 had something, but once Sigil saw the silvers in 9, that was pretty much it.
Oh, they were in 9. Oh, man.
4 was Forgotten Spot.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go there.
Anyways, so the big changer of this race was, I think you have some words to say to that manhandler in 3, Jess.
I am so salty about that manhandler. Come on.
Who'd have thought that saying that you hate the tutor would come back to actually bite you in the booty?
I know. I'm like, all right, I'll come back here later when I have Bomb to take care of him. And then, of course, it's blocking the recorder. And, of course, the recorder is to new unbeaten. It's just like the perfect storm.
Yep, and that is exactly how Sigil was able to pull away in this seed. And obviously, that was just the end of it right there. And some of the game towards the end still had its jokes, like for instance the rat blocked level 9, but having both the wand and ladder in level 1 was very, very big too towards helping get your combat and your movability around in that level 9 there, Sigil.
Yeah, I saw one and I was like, ooh, boomstick time.
To help get around the 7 million keys that the game did not give you.
Yeah, I feel like all the keys were a 9.
I think jessandy ended up pulling out quite a few of them in level 5.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
There was definitely a few in level in level 9 as well. So let me ask you about level 8, Jess. Was there a particular reason why you did not dig 8 your first time seeing it?
Because it was recorder blocked. I didn't have recorder at that time.
Okay.
Because the room to the left was the dig dogger, and I had gotten key blocked out of 1. Or sorry, no, manhandler blocked out of 3. So
you
I
got
couldn't go back.
Manhandled in 3.
Yep.
Figuratively and literally in that case.
Yeah, because at 8, the Triforce location wasn't that bad to get to.
Especially since it gave you the compass so that way you didn't have to dig all that spiral.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
0 HP is always really fun, though.
Yeah, I was like, all right, so you're going to start with the magic boomerang, so you can go ahead and pick up that pesky blue candle if it shows up in the wood sword cave, which of course it didn't. But I'm like, all right, you already have free combat.
And also the take any's seem to be quite barren in this seed. There was only one of them that we saw.
Yeah, the rest of them must have been on Death Mountain.
Either that or they were power bracelet blocked.
Oh, true.
There wasn't any on Death Mountain. I never checked the PB spot, but every other spot on DM, I didn't see it.
Did you find Power Bracelet then?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we never got to see where the power bracelet is, and we have to assume that level 7 was either blocked by the ladder on that other screen that's to the left of 1 or 2Q8, or the power bracelet blocked it. Which, if that's the case, then the power bracelet probably was in level 4 or 8.
Yeah, we never saw the items out of 4, 7, 8, and there was one item left in 9.
So, take me to your decision here at the end here. You just got the Triforce out of your last dungeon, Sigil. What gave you the idea to go into level 6 first before going into 9?
I thought I was recorded black in 6 originally.
Okay. And that's a fair assessment because we saw you going immediately for that double block room with the for the dig dogger to find out that was not where the red candle turned out to be. But it definitely was good to get that crossed off because that did help ultimately improve your odds that the silvers were going to be in 9.
Yeah, I figured worse. I was hoping at least any key would be there.
And then 9 gave you all the keys.
Yes.
So sadly, Jess, this is the time that we have to say goodbye to you as a participant in the tournament, but I know a lot of people have sung your praises in regards to how far you've come from being in the Rookie Rumble in the last, back in the summer of last year, to being in the round of 32 here in this tournament. But you definitely have come a long ways, and it definitely showed here in this race outside of that manhandler, which, that's a nerve-wracking fight as it is, especially when it decides, hey, I'm going to avoid all of your bombs. But you definitely have come a long way.
Thank you. Obviously, the Rookie Rumble last summer was a ton of fun, and I was even debating about signing up for this tournament. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready yet. And then I was playing a bunch of the practice races, and I'm like, you know what? You're never going to know unless you try. And I'm glad I did, because I feel very, very happy about the progress I've made and how far I've made it. So it was a good time.
I'm glad you did too, because it was great to watch you race.
Yeah, and so we definitely do appreciate you being there. And of course, we know that you're not going to be done with this tournament, because we're looking forward to the many times we get to hear your voice on the commentary desk as well.
And I think I'm going to regret cursing anyone with a tutor after this race. I very much regret my April Fool's joke with my with my title.
The game decided, hey, you're going to make fun of the item that you love. Well, we're going to put it behind a manhandler that's going to wreck you.
What was your title?
It was, I really hate the tutor.
Well, it just proves that once again, Jess is a founding member of the Decepticons.
That is true.
Indeed. Now, I'm going to turn to you in just a moment again, jessandy, but for Sigil? All right, Sigil, well, you've got yourself a movement moving on to the round of 16 where, oh boy, you either get SciTown or bbq.gov.
Yep.
I think Yup summarizes it well enough here. And we're not just talking about what we meme SciTown to be known as, but that definitely is going to be a battle. Your thoughts going into the round of 16?
I was surprised I made it to this far. And I'm hoping I could at least put up a fight in the next round.
Like what I've said about jessandy, you have definitely come along as well yourself. And, you can put up a good fight in some of the races. I mean, I've seen it in some of the pickup races for you. Who knows? You get yourself the good enough of a setup against out of those two runners. Maybe it's you who might be fighting on in the quarterfinals.
You're going to do awesome, Sigil.
Thanks,
yeah, you make it to a good game 3.
But give these two all of your GGs, jessandy and Sigil, the 16 and 17 seed. Now, jessandy, I'm going to turn back to you for just a moment, because coming up here in about an hour, we've got something coming up here on SpeedGaming 2 that you're also a part of.
Yeah, it is our third qualifier match for the Vanilla Tournament, which we're calling the Battle for High Roll, the any % no up A tournament. Not sure how many runners will be a part of that, but it's going to be restreamed here, and come and watch some of your favorite vanilla runners and some of your favorite rando runners play.
Yeah, that's coming up here in about an hour from now over here on SpeedGaming 2. And if you want more information about the Zelda 1 Battle for Hyrule, we'll get that information linked to on a command here at some point in time in the very near future, because the bot does not decide it wants to do what I want it to do right now. Angrily looks at the bot.
And Rick, what about what's happening an hour after that?
Well, an hour after that, at 9 o'clock, we have our annual April Fool's Day race, which is not going to be restreamed this year. But let's just say we have mischief on our minds with Sprite Shuffle in the Mirrored Overworld.
Everybody should totally play. It should be fun. Maybe you'll get all tutors.
Maybe. Anyways, special thanks.
One thing one thing I would like to say is I've heard that a very special one of the Hyrule County Cuties will be running in this year's Zelda 1 Battle for Hyrule, and I just want to wish you very good luck with that one, Rick.
Well, thank you. We'll see what winds up happening when I actually do join a qualifier at some point. But nonetheless, special thanks to Pedantic Potato for doing the tracking for us and for both of our runners, jessandy8 and Sigil as well. Be sure to give them a follow. Be sure to give them all of your love. And, you know, we got a whole bunch of matches coming up here tomorrow as well. So let's go ahead and talk about that real fast, and then we'll wrap up for this broadcast. So tomorrow starts at 12 noon with a potential triple header, if necessary, between Ice Blue and Tom J. That would be between the number 8 seed and Tom J. I think it's the 44 seed or something like that. I can't remember, but I know that one's going to be a triple header starting at 12 noon tomorrow. Antlers versus Random Effect game number 2. Sidetown versus BBQ.gov game number 2 of that best of 3 to find out who faces off against Sigil in the round of 16. Then Caffey JD versus Spudosaurus. Mr. Dunlow versus Paratroopa. They're doing a single match tomorrow. Or no, they're doing that coming up here on Monday. So that's all coming up here on the Zelda 1 Randomizer Random Percent Tournament. So thank you everyone for joining us. And Alan, it's been a pleasure. I'll let you have the final word. I'm Adirondack Rick saying goodbye.
As always, a pleasure, Rick, and thank you all for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more races. Goodbye, everybody.